And the Clippers looking good as they came into the arena before the game. Important to make a splash in hostile territory. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Press like a pro. There it is, the Ferry Building in San Francisco, just down the road from our broadcast setting tonight. We are live. It's a Thursday night presentation here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. And let's check out the injury report. 5 players unavailable tonight.
And for Paul George, tough luck, guys, for both teams here in the early going. This is when your determination is tested.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, Klay Thompson is capable of being a prototypical go-to guy, but his role in Golden State is more restrained. Klay said, "I don't care. I get paid handsomely in a great place, and we compete for championships year in and year out. From day one, I've been a warrior. I'm just thankful to be here." Kevin, he likes to play ball and play with his dogs, and that's it.
He loves playing there, DA, and they love him. Thank you so much. A lot of experience out on that floor in front of us, Brent. Your career spanned 14 seasons. Talk about how you saw the game differently as a veteran player versus the first couple years in the NBA.
Well, I saw it from the bench, quite frankly, as a veteran, Kevin.
Now, wait a minute. Now, hold on now. I know that's not altogether true.
I think the game just slows down. You start to understand that there is a tempo and a rhythm, not only to any given quarter, but any given game and any given season. So it's really, Kevin, about the idea of it slowing down. And I did sit on the bench towards the end, Kevin. That is true.
A little bit.
14's still a good number.
But it turned out well for you.
Well, I get to sit next to you.
Well, it's a lot of fun. You're right. It's a lot of fun. And the Clippers starting 5. Beverly and Shamet in the backcourt together. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Patterson. And it's Zubac in at center. And for the Warriors, Curry and Russell are the backcourt set. Green down low with Looney. And it's Robinson in at the small forward. Pass to Russell. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
And they're facing the team that dismissed them from the postseason last year. So certainly a little payback in mind.
Curry passes to Looney. Back to Curry. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some.
A consistency from the distance that Steph shoots at, I think, is one of the more astounding parts of his accuracy from the three-point line.
Now, here's Shamet. 8 points his last outing. Second shot opportunity, and Looney sends it back. Passes it to Robinson, and finished off by Robinson.
That's a great pass from Draymond Green. Just understands where his guys are going to be.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Zubac the pass to Shamet. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Outside Curry. Russell feeling it out a bit, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul called on Los Angeles.
And just loving the attack mode here for Russell. Off the drive there, he draws the foul. And D'Angelo Russell was expected to be targeted this past summer. Ends up as a sign and trade to the Warriors. Was going to leave Brooklyn after the Durant signing no matter what. Should be an interesting fit.
No good on that one. And Russell at 6'5", able to play at the point guard or the shooting guard. Greg, when you look at his game, what's his best position?
Probably the one. I mean, we're seeing a trend towards bigger point guards at the same time that 4s and 5s are trending smaller. Everybody wants that switch ability on defense. And thinking back to last postseason, the Clippers did not back down to the Warriors at all.
Well, L.A. was a much more physical team. I think they knew going in that the only way that they had a shot was to be disruptive, and they brought that on both ends of the floor, and that was going against a healthy Kevin Durant at the time. They took 2 games last year in that series, and the way in which they played, that spirit might have caught the attention of one Paul George and one Kawhi Leonard.
Here's Looney. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. 5 to shoot. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That is his first foul of the game. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Russell against Patterson. Clock at 4. Russell passes to Green. Shoots over Shamet. And there's Green on the assist by Russell.
Offense clicking early here. 3 for 4 to start this one.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. For 3. Warriors with the rebound.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Inside, here's Curry, and the rejection by Zubac. Here's Shamet, and the layup's good off the glass. Shamet's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. The Warriors have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Beverly against Curry. From deep, an absolute bomb from 3-point range. Curry's got 6.
It just doesn't matter. Once Steph crosses half court, he's in range.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. Brent, the league's been trying to clean up some of the physicality that we see, some of the jawing, but there are some players that do a great job of nonetheless getting under an opponent's skin.
I don't think, Kevin, over the past couple of years, we would deem the NBA as being more physical than at any other time. Would we say that?
I think that's fair.
We would never say that. But there are still irritants in the game. And the reason why those guys do that is because that's their competitive advantage. And that's the way the league is always going to operate. There are going to be guys out there who are going to use either their intellect to get inside your head or do things on a physical level that are going to cause you to think about what it is you're doing on the floor.
Exactly.
And when you find those guys, they're really interesting players to watch. You're not going to replicate their shooting form, Kevin. But in terms of sometimes their approach, there are things that you might be able to learn from a Draymond Green or a Marcus Smart.
There's no doubt. So it's the Warriors now after the Clippers pick up 2. Outside, Russell. The pass to Burks. Fires the 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
And I like Russell's ability to create for others. He does what's best for the team.
Here's Williams. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. To the middle. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
Here's Curry, following the score by Lou Williams. Pass to Spellman. Off target from outside. They play the clock right, they can go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Williams can't get it to go. For the Warriors, they won their last contest, that game against the Los Angeles Lakers. Burks looking around. It's tipped. Burks with the steal. Always going up for the alley-oop here, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Here's Spellman. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We come back right after this. Steph Curry talks about the visual drills he does to help his playmaking in the NBA.
It's a cognitive and neurological drill that helps you, one, takes your mind off the basketball, because when you're in a game, that should be the last thing you're thinking about. There's so many other variables out there that you have to kind of survey, where your defender is, where your teammates are, where you are in relation to the basket and your reaction. So those lights kind of train you in that regard. You have to, see what the color is, make a determination of what move that corresponds to, execute the move, and then finish the jumper.
The improvement he's made, Greg, in his ball handling has really unlocked his game.
I mean, able to keep his head up as he attacks off the dribble, read the defense, and drills like that can only help.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. Green is out there with Mo Harkless. And Harrell's in at the center position. It's Curry outside. That shot off. The Clippers go the other way with it. And to have someone, Brent, with the size and strength of Green play with the energy he does, it's a huge boost to any team.
Yeah, lots of talk last year about JaMychal Green really stepping into his own, starting to really own what it is he can do to impact any given game. He's a bit of a journeyman. He's traveled around a little bit between San Antonio and Memphis. But his role with the Clippers last year really put him in a nice spot for him to show off his skill set.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Got to fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Curry kicks to Burks. Pass to Chris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, Alec Burks, and that's good. Burks has got his second basket of the night.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Harrell finds Shamet. Outside Williams. Lays it up and banks it in. Williams has got 4 points in the quarter.
He's so good at driving to the rim. Even though he's a little bit older, Williams still with great speed, change of pace, and picks the right angle.
Here's Curry. And he uses the glass on the layup. Curry's got 10 points in the game.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Shamet the pass to Harrell. Back to Shamet. Tipped away. And he banks in the layup. 8 points for him.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Curry passes to Spellman. And there's the foul. It'll go on Mo Harkless. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Warriors. Kevon Looney comes in for Amari Spellman. And Draymond Green's subbed in for Chris. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Leonard's checked in. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Curry's shot is good.
A catch-and-shoot opportunity for Steph. It's just effortless.
Williams dishes to Leonard. To the paint. Here's Harrell. Off the left rim and out.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one, Kevin. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
Curry kicks to Burks. Shot clock at 6. Passes to Green. Over Williams. Green, no luck.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there, Kevin. Too bad he can't release that one on target. Well, for so long, the Warriors have been a great shooting team. I don't see that changing as long as Steph and Clay are pulling on jerseys for the Dubs. You think about the Splash Brothers backcourt, their unselfish style of play, sharing the ball. This team has represented good to great over the last 5 years in a way no other team has.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency, but players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices, and some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. And the Warriors last year, Brent, top 3 in three-point shooting once again.
How about that? The 5th straight year that they've been a top 3 team from the three-point line, and not really much of a surprise given their shooting prowess. Some of their attempts would be bad shots, Kevin, quite frankly, for any other team, but that's elite marksmanship from Golden State.
Russell, he's checked in for the Warriors. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Harrell. Patterson comes in for Maurice Harkless. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Landry Shamet. Deep 2 from Russell. And it falls over the rim and in. And the Warriors lead by 1.
Cognizant of the entire court, Russell aware of where the defenders are and really does a great job creating opportunities.
Now here's Leonard. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Lakers.
Well, the thing he did most was fluster the defense. I really liked how he showed no fear and constantly attacked the lane and drew contact, which in turn got him the free throws.
Here's Green. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. The drive by Green. Outside Robinson. His three-pointer's off the mark. Clippers have gotten all but one of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. Here's Beverley. Unable to get that one. Nice D from Russell. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. They trail by 1. And there's the pass to Looney. Here's Robinson. Here's Russell with the 3. Good on the three-point shot. Russell's got his second bucket of the night.
Good form on the jump shot. Russell's ability to stretch the floor makes him even more valuable.
Shot from 12. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
Talk about versatility on offense a lot, but how about on defense? And he takes pride in making an impact down there.
23 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Williams. 6 points for him. Shoots the 3. He can't get it to go.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Warriors lead by 2. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Curry with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Well, we've got a moment left to set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Green down low with Looney. Curry and Russell are the backcourt set. And it's Robinson in at the 3. 4 on the clock. Here's Looney. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Yeah, I have no idea why he went with the fadeaway there. The defense was nowhere near him, and he should have just kept it simple.
Upgrade the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams, 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections, and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who've changed teams, signing for over $100 million each. Put that in perspective, only 8 players had ever done that in league history.
The free throw drops for Zubac. Replay angles are interesting, Brent. Instant feedback on social media. Talk about the increased pressure now on referees to get every call right.
Well, so many times, Kevin, on nights where you're working games, you sit there for a minute and a half.
In super slow motion looking at the play.
And still sometimes hard to get it right.
Very hard.
What I think the league should think about doing with the competition committee is every team in the league should have 3 and 4 cameras that are mounted so that every time there's a replay at any given arena, they have access to the same angles.
For every game.
Every game. Where are most of the times these calls being missed? Where are these calls getting wronged? And how is it that we can implement some technology to help us not only get it right more often, which is the most important thing, but also fair and balanced vision for the referees to have an opportunity to do so.
What an excellent idea. Here's Beverly. Count that one. Beverly's got 6 points.
That's all about balance there. You focus on the rim no matter what's happening around you, and Patrick Beverly knocks one down.
Lets a floater go, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And for Steph Curry, certainly one of the best to ever play. Iguodala said last season, Brent, that he's already the second best point guard to ever play in pro basketball.
Well, high praise from Andre Iguodala, and why wouldn't you talk about Steph that way? You tally up MVPs and titles and his impact on the game and what he's done to change the way the game is played. The case for Steph Curry to be the top point guard ever is getting stronger and stronger every season. The guy that he's going to have to knock off the top of that shelf, I think, for most everybody who's been basketball fans for a long time, is one Magic Johnson.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Stephen Curry hits them both.
Interesting to see the Warriors not be prohibitive favorites coming into the season. You still have to give the Warriors a lot of credit for the run they've been on. 5 straight finals, something that we haven't seen since the 1960s with the Boston Celtics.
Now here's Leonard. 6 points for him.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Outside Curry. Back to Russell. Pass to Looney. Curry against Beverly. Over Beverly. The second chance effort. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
The Warriors shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Omari Spellman has come in for Green, and it's Marquise Chris in for Robinson. And the free throw, no good. And for the Warriors, a new opponent in the finals. First time, Brent, they didn't face the Cleveland Cavaliers.
First time no Cleveland, and first time for the Raptors appearing in the finals. And those injuries, Kevin, quite frankly, just too much to overcome. Very unfortunate to not see both teams at full strength at the most important time of the year.
Here's Harkless, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option. And last season for the Clippers, it was a collection of smaller guys who played big.
Yeah, but very effective with those kind of lineups with shorter, very effective offensive players out there. And Lou Williams being a catalyst for what they were doing, coming off the bench and providing a spark. You know, in the fourth quarter, there was always an opportunity for the Clippers, if the game was close, to rely on Lou Williams to get the job done.
The first free throw is good.
And the Warriors defense last year is still strong, but not as dominant as before.
You wonder if the loss of a lot of that experience is going to cost this revamped roster defensively. It's been fun to watch them shoot threes, but they've been so reliant on that defense. Can they be that good this season?
So he picks up just one from the line that time.
They come away with the lead, but I'm sure he's kicking himself over that last miss.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Beverly, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. They get Stephen Curry.
Patrick Beverly is going to come at you every night, just an inspiring player that way, and daring the defense to get physical with him on that play.
And that one misses. And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverly is one of them.
And Patrick Beverly always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverly plays on, you're going to have to go through them.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Beverly against Curry. Pass to Spellman. Outside Russell. 6 to shoot. Green with the rebound.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
And Patrick Beverly could do that in close, finds a way to get that one up. And you know he likes to score. It doesn't happen a ton, but he loves it.
Here's Curry after the basket by Los Angeles. Russell left side. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And the Clippers franchise joined this league in 1970. They've never made it past the conference semifinals.
Yeah, but the last few years, when you talk about the landscape of Los Angeles, the Clippers have had a remarkable run. Much better record than the Lakers have had in Tinseltown. And so surprising to think of all the talent that's come through the Clipper doors in prior years. But this could be the year with these additions where they break through.
Free throw good, Russell.
Being a lottery pick often comes with high expectations. But Russell has shaped into a quality NBA player.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And so Russell hits them both. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Beverly. Green in the post. Working on Chris. And good that time.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Now, let's see some numbers here on Steph Curry. Last season, he played outstanding. Second in free throw percentage, fourth in three-point field goal percentage, and as one of the NBA's top 5 scorers, you also can't forget what an outstanding year he had offensively.
And back to his free throw shooting percentage, second in the league, I never saw lapses in his concentration at all. Always completely focused, completely automatic. Here's Spellman. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Outside, Russell. Warriors getting another chance here. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. In third, the Warriors.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
First free throw is good.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Marquise Chris has potential oozing from his fingertips. So exciting and so athletic at that 4 spot.
Now here's Beverly. 9 points in the game so far. Harrell finds Harkless. Back to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Outside, Russell. And again, no good by Golden State.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Beverly, the pass to Harrell. The dish now to Williams. The pass to Harkless. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. And now a 6-point Los Angeles lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Golden State moving the ball around. Pass to Russell. The Warriors have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. And Robinson III comes in for Alec Burks. And then for Los Angeles, Ivica Zubac has checked in for JaMychal Green. And it's Leonard in for Maurice Harkless. Outside, Russell. 3 on the clock. For the 3. It's hauled in by Beverly. Beverly's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Here's Harrell. Again, Los Angeles.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Curry against Beverly. Now here's Curry. Not a lot of room. To the wing on the left. Deep 2 from Russell. No good from the wing. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We've got more NBA basketball. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Los Angeles leading by 7. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. Ivica Zubac is out there with Patrick Patterson. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Well, you knew that Kawhi Leonard would be a huge name on the free agency market last summer, especially after winning his second Finals MVP.
And Kawhi let the pieces fall before making his decision. Was the last major free agent to choose where he was going to play. Ended up shaking up the NBA in the process by joining the Clippers. Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Landry Shamet's checked in for the Clippers. Clippers on defense. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Russell with a wide open look. Cans it from downtown.
They're trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second 3 of the game. 1 in each half.
Now here's Williams. No good that time. Nice D from Russell. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Golden State. To the inside, Robinson fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
And that one falls for Robinson. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Clippers leading by 4. Leonard the pass to Zubac. Here's Shamet. He's guarded by Russell. Leonard looking over the floor. Shot clock at 5. Williams' shot is off.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
And no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Next up, they'll face the Suns. That'll be in Phoenix. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Los Angeles with another miss.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level. And his tonight has been high.
The Clippers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's Shamet. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Timeout called the Warriors. And a huge piece of the Tobias Harris trade last year, Brent, Landry Shamet, shows a lot of promise.
Yeah, interesting for Lambo, as they call him, at age 22 out of Wichita State, to come into the league, show his ability to shoot from the three-point line, shot 40% from deep while taking over 4 a game last year, seemed very comfortable in seeking out the line. And the opportunity for him now with the star power around him, a lot more is going to open up for Landry Shamet to be a 3rd or 4th guy on the offensive end to make some major contributions.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the break. He told them we've got to make the most of every chance right now. This is a winnable game, but we've got to make plays. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
Curry. And he can't bank that one in. Outside Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Robinson against Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And they pick up 2. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Well, the mindset from Kawhi Leonard right there is just making him a monster on the inside. Goes at the defense full head on.
Over to the wing. Here's Russell with the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Passes it to Williams. And here's Leonard. Over Robinson. That one rolling around and rims out. Warriors have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Russell kicks to Curry. Fires the 3. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Clippers leading by 8. On the wing, Williams from the arc. And it's Russell with the rebound.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
And the rejection by Zubac. Williams looking around. Right side, Leonard. And the pass to Zubac. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Zubac has got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're down by 10. 1:29 left in the fourth. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Patrick Beverley.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
He got an extra boost from the grief these fans were giving him here tonight. They were riding him hard all night, and he ate it up. Some guys just like being the villain, I guess.
Well, when Steph gets into the lane, he does a great job of shifting and moving the ball around and does not go away from the contact, forcing a foul.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within single digits.
And what you love about Steph right here is just the winning mentality. He's a champion that gives up a lot of his game in order for greater team success.
And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good.
You know, the team's struggling to come back. He really wanted all of those free throws.
Bounce pass from Beverley. From 7, in deep. Leonard drops it in.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Clippers.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
This team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Shamet, the pass to Zubac. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And so Green will bring it up for the Warriors. 11-point game. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Russell gets it to go.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Well, for the Clippers, they can just run out the clock. Robinson against Leonard. So the Clippers with the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you next time